Hey there. Have you ever found yourself sitting at home, maybe flipping through the TV channels or staring out the window, wondering where all the excitement in life went? I get it, sometimes it feels like the days just blend together, especially as we get a little older. But here's the thing, life doesn't have to slow down just because we've hit 60 or beyond. In fact, there's a whole world out there waiting for us, and it's closer than you might think. I'm talking about community activities, those little gatherings, clubs, and events right in your neighborhood that can bring a spark back into your days. Today, I want to chat with you about why getting involved in these things isn't just good for passing the time, but can actually make you feel more alive, connected, and, dare I say it, younger than you have in years. Now, I know what you might be thinking, community activities? That sounds like something for the grandkids or the busybodies down the street. But stick with me here, because this is about you, about finding something that fits your life, your interests, and your pace. We're going to walk through 5 simple reasons why joining in can be a game changer for anyone over 60, and I'll share some easy ways to dip your toes in without feeling overwhelmed. By the time we're done, you'll see how a little step out the door can lead to a whole lot of joy. So, let's start with the first reason, staying connected. You know how it goes, over the years, friends move away, family gets busy, and suddenly, you're not chatting with folks as much as you used to. It's not your fault, it's just life doing its thing. But here's where community activities come in like a breath of fresh air. Whether it's a card game at the local senior center, a gardening club, or even a coffee morning at the library, these get-togethers are a chance to meet people who are right there in your world. I remember my neighbor, Ed, he's 72, and after his wife passed, he spent months just rattling around his house. One day, he decided to try a woodworking group at the community hall. Now, he's got a buddy he meets for coffee every Tuesday, and he's even made a birdhouse for his porch. It's not about forcing yourself into a crowd, it's about finding a few friendly faces who get where you're at in life. And the best part? You don't have to be a social butterfly to start. Just showing up can open the door. Take my Aunt Marie, for example. She's 68 and swore she'd never be one of those club people. But when her church started a walking group, she figured she'd give it a shot, mostly because she liked the idea of stretching her legs a bit. She didn't expect much, but after a few weeks, she was swapping recipes with a lady named Joan and laughing about old TV shows with a guy named Bill. Now she looks forward to those walks like they're the highlight of her week. That's what I mean by connection. It's not about having a packed social calendar, it's about feeling like you're part of something again. And the beauty of it is, there's no pressure. You can go once, see how it feels, and decide from there. Maybe it's a book club, a craft night, or even helping out at a food pantry, whatever it is, it's a chance to share a smile or a story with someone new. But it's not just about the people you meet, it's about what it does for you inside. That brings me to the second reason, keeping your mind sharp. I don't know about you, but I've had those moments where I walk into a room and forget why I'm there, or I can't find the word I'm looking for. It happens to all of us as we age, and it can feel frustrating. Well, getting out and joining a community activity is like a workout for your brain, but way more fun than crossword puzzles. Think about it, when you're at a trivia night, you're digging up old facts you haven't thought about in years. Or if you're in a painting class, you're figuring out how to mix colors and make something pretty. It's not school, it's play, but it keeps your mind buzzing. My friend Tom, who's 65, started going to a history discussion group at his local museum. He's always loved war stories, but he hadn't talked about them much since he retired. The first time he went, he was nervous, he thought he'd sound rusty. But by the end of the night, he was the one leading the conversation about D-Day, and he came home grinning like a kid. He told me it was like his brain woke up after a long nap. And that's what I'm getting at, these activities aren't just something to do, they're a way to keep your thoughts quick and your curiosity alive. Plus, there's no test at the end, just a good time. So, we've talked about how joining in can help you connect with others and keep your mind sharp. Now that we've got those wheels turning, let's move on to how it can give your days a little more pep and purpose. You know how some days can feel like they're just dragging on, like you're waiting for something to happen but it never does? I've been there, and I bet you have too. That's where community activities come in. They're like a little jolt of energy for your routine. And that's the next reason I want to talk about: they give your days a sense of purpose. When you've got something on the calendar, even if it's just a casual meetup, it's like a spark that gets you moving. You're not just sitting there wondering what to do with yourself, you've got a reason to get up, get dressed, and step out the door. It's not about filling every hour, it's about having something to look forward to. Take my cousin Larry, for instance. He's 70, and after he retired from his job at the hardware store, he wasn't sure what to do with all that free time. He'd potter around the house, fix things that didn't need fixing, and then plop down in front of the TV. But then he heard about a group that fixes up old bikes for kids in the neighborhood. He's always been handy, so he thought, why not? Now, twice a week, he's down at the community center tinkering away, and he's got this glow about him. He told me it's not just about the bikes, it's knowing those kids are riding around because of him. That's what purpose does, it turns an ordinary Tuesday into something that matters. And it doesn't have to be big, you could be planting flowers in a community garden or helping set up chairs for a movie night. It's your little stamp on the world, and it feels good. But here's the bonus: when you're out there doing something, you're not just sitting still, you're moving. That brings me to the next reason: staying active without even realizing it. I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting weights, unless that's your thing, of course. I mean the kind of activity that sneaks up on you while you're having fun. Maybe you're strolling around a farmer's market with a group, or you're swaying to some music at a senior dance night. It's not a chore, it's just part of the deal. And trust me, your body notices the difference. My friend Doris, she's 67, and she used to say her knees couldn't handle much anymore. But then she joined a low-key bowling league, nothing fancy, just a bunch of folks rolling a ball and laughing when it lands in the gutter. She didn't think of it as exercise, but after a few weeks, she noticed she was climbing the stairs at home without huffing and puffing. She even started taking little walks around her block just because she felt like it. That's the magic of it: you're not forcing yourself to work out, you're just living a little more. Whether it's a Tai Chi class in the park or helping stack books at a library sale, you're on your feet, stretching those muscles, and keeping things ticking along. And the best part? You're too busy enjoying yourself to notice. Now, I know it might sound like a lot, getting out there, meeting people, trying something new. But it's not about jumping in head first. You can start small, maybe just pop into one event and see how it goes. The point is, it's there for you, whenever you're ready. Next, we'll dive into how these activities can lift your spirits in ways you might not expect. So, we've talked about how getting involved in community activities can give your days a boost of purpose and keep you moving without feeling like a chore. But there's something else that happens when you step into these gatherings, something that sneaks up on you and settles right into your heart. It's the way they can lift your spirits, and that's what I want to chat about now. Life can throw some curveballs as we get older. Maybe you're missing the hustle and bustle of work, or the house feels a little too quiet these days. Whatever it is, those moments can weigh on you. But when you're out there with others, sharing a laugh or a story, it's like the clouds part a little. You start to feel lighter, and that's no small thing. I think about my old friend Helen, who's 73. She went through a rough patch a couple of years back. Her kids were busy with their own lives, and she was feeling a bit lost. She'd always loved music, though, so one day she decided to check out a sing-along group at the community center. She wasn't sure she'd fit in, but she went anyway. The first time, she just sat there, humming along to songs she hadn't heard since the 60s. By the third week, she was belting out "Sweet Caroline" with everyone else, grinning ear to ear. She told me it wasn't just the singing, it was the way people clapped for each other, the way they'd chat over tea afterward. It didn't fix everything, but it gave her something to hold on to, a little pocket of joy in her week. That's what I mean. Community activities aren't a cure-all, but they're like a warm hug when you need it most. And it's not just about the big laughs, either. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that stick with you, like when someone remembers your name, or you swap a tip about growing tomatoes. Those little connections add up, and before you know it, you're feeling more like yourself again. There's even science behind it. Folks who study this stuff say being around others can cut down on stress and make you feel more hopeful. But you don't need a study to tell you that. You can feel it when you're there, swapping jokes or clapping along to a tune. It's like your soul gets a chance to stretch its legs. Now, let's wrap this up with a quick look back. Getting out and joining in can help you stay connected, keep your mind sharp, give your days some purpose, and get you moving, all while lifting your spirits in ways that sneak up on you. It's not about turning your life upside down, it's about adding a little color to it, one step at a time. Maybe you'll try a painting class and surprise yourself with a masterpiece, or maybe you'll just sit in on a bingo night and cheer for the guy next to you. Whatever it is, it's yours to try, and I promise it's worth it. So, what do you think? Have you got a favorite activity you've tried, or one you're curious about? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more ideas to keep life bright. Here's to finding your spark, no matter how many candles are on the cake.